What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 15 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're at a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 15 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be a link down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $1,000 just yesterday. Another member who won $66 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to be talking about is Klay Thompson for 21.5 points, rebs, and assists, and this one is for less. Now look at Klay Thompson. We've actually seen him go in the under in 4 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Houston Rockets. Now Houston Rockets do rank 3rd in points allowed, also rank 2nd in assists allowed, and 11th in rebounds allowed. So they rank very high in all 3 categories, a little bit lower in rebounds, but definitely still in that top tier, and that is a big reason why we do very much like the under for this situation here. When it comes to Klay Thompson, although he is a fantastic player, his usage rate has definitely fallen due to the fact that other players are taking a lot of his usage rate out there, since this is a mix of all 3 points, rebs, and assists. You got big players like Luka, like Kyrie, even some of the other role players are taking a lot of usage rate, and Klay Thompson doesn't have the capability as of recent to be able to go on the over consistently. So he's actually going on the under consistently, which is why his average over the last 5 is 18. So with this one, all signs really do point towards the under for this one. Houston are a pretty tough team, and when we also look further, we also are expecting a pretty slow paced game. Both of these teams don't really have a lot of pace, and because of that, we definitely see him taking advantage of this. So because of that, we definitely like the under for this situation here. So Klay Thompson for 21.5 points, rebs, and assists for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Yves Missi. So, Yves Missi, you may have heard of him, you may have not, but he has done a great job all season. However, this one is actually for 10.5 points, and this one actually is for less. Now look at Yves. We've actually seen him over the last 5 games go on the under in 3 out of the last 5, and they do face off against none other than the Miami Heat. Now, when we look at Miami Heat, we do see that they rank 6th in points allowed. So they are very tough and do a great job at actually restricting points. And for someone like Yves, who doesn't really have the highest usage rate in the points department, we definitely see him going on the under in this situation here. Now, his average over the last 5 is 10. So on top of that, his line is 10.5, so it is slightly under. But with this one, there was a little bit of an outlier game against Denver where he did get 21. We think that's a little bit of an outlier. It's brought this line very high, but now there's a lot more value, and we see more value going on the under in this one, especially with the matchup against the Miami Heat. Now, Miami Heat on top of this are a pretty slow-paced team, same with New Orleans Pelicans, so we are expecting, a somewhat slow-paced game, and because of that, Yves, especially with him not having the highest usage rate out there, may not get the same amount of volume that he usually does see when it comes to the scoring department. So for that reason, we are sticking to the under for this one. So Yves Missi, 10.5 points for less, I think is a great pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Dejounte Murray. Now, when it comes to Dejounte Murray, we've actually seen him, do a solid job all season, but this one is for 17.5 points, and this one actually is for less. Now, when we look at Dejounte Murray, we've actually seen him go in the under in 5 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Miami Heat. So when we look at Miami Heat, like we mentioned before, they do actually rank 6th in points allowed. But on top of this, when we also look at Miami Heat, they do a really good job at restricting points to Dejounte Murray's position. So we definitely see that playing a big factor coming into this. Dejounte Murray doesn't really have the highest usage rate out there when it comes to scoring, and that's why he has gone on the under in 5 out of the last 5 games as well. Now his average over the last 5 is also 15.2, so significantly under this line as well. So it doesn't really look too good in his favor, and that's why we are sticking to the under. All signs, it's kind of a no gimme here. He's going on the under 5 out of the last 5. Miami do a great job on defense, and on top of that, like we mentioned with the last pick, Miami, New Orleans Pelicans, both pretty slow-paced teams, so we aren't expecting a big amount of volume from Dejounte Murray in the scoring department, which is why we do definitely see him more likely going on the under in this situation here. So for that reason, definitely keep an eye out for the under, but this one's just kind of a no-brainer. Dejounte Murray, 17.5 points for less, I think is a great pick. Again, to the next one, we're going to be talking about their opponents. That is none other than Tyler Herro. So Tyler Herro, this one is another points one for 25.5, and this one actually is for less. Now, when we look at Tyler Herro, we've actually seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the New Orleans Pelicans. So there is quite a lot of picks from this game, but we definitely see a lot of value in this game, and that's why we do very much like this. Now, Pelicans do rank 25th when it comes to points allowed. However, the reason why we do like the under for this situation here is that New Orleans Pelicans actually do a really, really good job at restricting points to the guard position. So we definitely see someone like Tyler Herro, really struggling to get out there due to the fact that Pelicans really hone in and focus on guards and restrict them as much as they can. Like I mentioned before as well, the slow pace between both of these teams, I definitely think is going to have a huge effect in this game, and we may not see the same amount of volume that we usually see from Tyler Herro coming into this matchup. Now, his average over the last 5 is also 22.8, so significantly under this line, but on top of that as well, when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well, which works out in our favor.